give me as a new person on YouTube? What advice would you share?
The advice I would give you is just post. Everything, it won't be a perfect transition because you're new. You're going from being a consumer to being from being consumed to now you are creating. And so it's in the beginning is all about you, what you do, what you like. If you like to cook, get in there and cook something. You like in the summertime, I like to be outside. You're gonna see me in the yard gardening. Whatever you do, bring it. If you like gaming, they have gamers. Whatever you do, just start posting. And you can't go live on the phone until you get 50 people. So sit at the computer, do some shorts. I started off with shorts. And then Nemo kept saying, you have to do lives. You have to do content. And content, lives will help people to get to know you, to help you be more comfortable in front of the camera. Content is evergreen is the one that you could use it anytime. You could talk about shopping, but the other ones are the holidays, so those seasonals. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it, baby. Do it.
That's
You know,
it.
just press and do it. And the more you do it, the more confidence you get. It's not gonna be the first time, it's not gonna be great. And most people will cheer you on. Don't I heard don't ask your families to come. No, because it'll make you not want to be free. So
Mm.
just don't ask anybody and just let people come, or just let them come and they're gonna come. Another thing is do the shorts. The shorts have music. Some people don't like the shorts, but the shorts are designed to get you out and they push you out. And then the lives is to get the audience, the audience get to know about you, but you get to know your audience. Because
Right.
there's some people come and they'll share their family, they'll share where they're from. And so you get to learn them and you start sharing with them. And then content is short, small information where like 8 to 12 minutes. If you are working on becoming monetized, that's the things they're gonna pull. They're not gonna pull your live. And then this is how you grow and they grow, and just do it. Just do it. Just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
I ain't gotta just do a song. If I did, I sing. I
I
sing
mean,
to the
it sounds
internet.
like a Nike commercial right there. Though, just do it. That's it. That's all about it. So I mean, and that's good advice. That's good advice. So you saying in our videos, they have to be a certain length. You say how long is the video?
Well, when you first start, all you have to do is do the lives. Go on live, the shorts. Well, you record on your phone, and then what you do, you upload a short, and then the shorts give you the time frame because some of them will let you use up to a minute of music. But short forms, when you first start off, people don't really like it long. They don't like. They like 3 minutes to. Don't go no more than not minutes. 3 seconds to 8 seconds. Something quick and flashy. You might see a song that say boogie down, baby," and then bam, that's a little short song. That's less than 15 minutes,
Mm,
and then you do that, and then they push out your information, and then the people are like, well, who's that? Let me go see who they are.
yeah.
But I'm saying once you do those and you start doing, if you're not ready to go live, you do content and do it 10 to 12 minutes, because those are the ones that they start using when you go, and people might look at it. I was looking at my live. You might have a lot of people watching you. The average live today I seen where they say 3, almost 4 minutes they watch part of the live, but there's some that may stay the whole time. You could
Right.
stay here
Right.
hours and hours. You're gonna have some loyal people. You're gonna have people, not that they're not loyal, they have so many other things that they're doing, and don't get offended if people pop in and out. Because you can kind of tell when you pop in and out because they miss some of the conversation and they come back like, whatever.
What happened? Yeah. And that's me. I'm a live hopper, and I say that because I try to support everyone. And if I look and see, like, okay, there's 5, 6 people on live, I gotta hop in here, hop in here, hop in here, and a lot of that is just more making sure I support. So we're gonna acknowledge the people that's down there in the chat in the comments. So Osho Ravishing is on right now. Hello, Ravishing, how you doing? Chris the Flash is here. Hello, Chris. How you doing? The Source is in the house. Hello, Source. What's going
Source.
on? The Double Roses Twins Land is in the house. Hello, Twins. I wish I could sing for you. Maybe
Double tap,
snap
double
back
tap.
into double tap. That's right. Double tap that screen.
Connect the
Um,
right
uh,
way.
Tiffany Jackson is still here with us, and we appreciate her being here with us. Keep going up there. Joe Remington is in the house. We appreciate you, Joe. Destined to Recover is here. Nancy Green is here. And I'm still going up the list and keep going. It's weird, not weird, but it's 4 different lives going on right now. I got 2, so I got Facebook and YouTube, but then it's Snapback and her live is going, and then we got Blessed Crochet got her live going, and I know that Destined to Recover got their live going. So there's a lot of lives going on. So a lot of people coming in from different directions. So Poker 954. So if you don't have your blue jacket, let me explain to you this. If it's one, I try not to go on because I use StreamYard as a program. I try not to go into YouTube while I'm on StreamYard. I just have this opportunity and I go, I can see you, but from StreamYard, I can't give you your blue jacket. Only thing I can do is acknowledge who you are and where you are. When I rewatch this video, I go in and that's when I start giving people their blue jacket. So it's not a personal thing. It's just the fact that once I go back through. So if the next time you come on the next Iron Sharpening Iron show to support or being a guest, you'll notice that you'll have your blue jacket at that time. So I'll see what you're doing in the chat, and then I'll make sure that we take care of you after the show. So that's just how it works. So now, Snapback, you said you went from New Orleans to Minnesota. Okay. And you said that you were one of 4 children from your mom?
No, my mom have 6, but
Oh,
she
okay.
left my
She
dad. She
left with
left me with
4.
4.
Okay. I got you. Okay. So you're
Well,
the oldest, the youngest, in the middle?
well, I'm the middle. Actually, she left my dad with 5 children. I'm
Oh,
the middle. I have 3 over me, 3. I can't count y'all, and 2 under me.
mm,
So I'm kind of
I
like the
got you in the
middle
middle.
child.
So you're the middle child. All right, you're right in the middle. That's right. Okay. And so are your siblings, are they content creators as well, or is it just you?
Just me.
Okay, all right. No, ain't nothing wrong with that. That sometimes somebody got to be that pioneer and get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And you made a comment, but they said don't. I guess they invite your family to support. Is that? I mean, is that someone? That's some advice someone gave you, or is it just?
Well, they haven't. There's some people be doing it on YouTube saying that, and I did invite my family, and so there's some conversations like my little sister's in the audience sometimes, but now I mean, uh, life is real, and so even my son may be in the audience. I'm not going to tell their personal story, but if their personal story affect me, then I need to tell my story.
Mm,
And if my first story affect them, I'm sorry, but life is what it is,
yeah.
and sometimes we try to protect people that hurting ourselves. Now, my little sister, she celebrated my birthday month, last month. She was there a lot, and so she kind of feel like I'm neglecting her, so she not, and we're gonna have a personal conversation because
Mm,
I have to be free. I've been
right.
I've been I've been held back for so long. Anything and anybody is not personal. If you offended, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend you, but I have to do what I have to do, and this
Mm,
is what I'm called to do. This is part. YouTube is not just this thing to be famous. YouTube is ministry to me. That's
mm,
what I do. I minister. I I
right.
I, I give hope, life. Tiffany is in the audience. Tiffany went to church with me. Tiffany even, I encouraged her. She was a Toastmaster with me. So this is who I am through and through. If you
Right.
see me, I'm talking. We talking about life. We could talk about what's up, what's down. What you don't know about me, I'm going to tell you the truth. And sometimes I may say it, and it might be a little bit hesitant, but it drives me. I have to tell you.
Mm. No, I respect that. I really respect that more than someone putting on a show for me. I mean, I need that real talk. I appreciate the real talk. Like I say, sometimes, and they're not here today, but normally my mom is
Yeah.
in the chat, my aunt's in the chat. So again, I'm not going to put on a show for you. You're going to, this is me. So this is the same person if I was at Thanksgiving or Christmas or a family reunion. It's the same old person. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you think I'm boring, oh well. If you think I'm exciting, oh well. But it's just, this is me. This is what you get. What you see is what you get. And that's what we have to be. That's what the Iron Sharpening Iron show was all about. That we be jamming live. I love music. I can't sing and I don't play an instrument, but I love hearing good music. I love hearing and watching real live performers. You know, it's a different when you get a record and they in the studio and they cut it 10 times before they get it right. But when someone's up there doing it live and they're taking the good with the bad and the hiccups and all of that stuff that come with it, that's, to me, it's just exciting. You know, that's a part of the life cycle that I like. So that's why, you know, I do certain things that I do. You know, I try to be entertaining, but at the same time, if the need be come, I know enough of the word that I can minister if I have to minister. I perform weddings and funerals, unfortunately for funerals, but I've done those things. You know, I've marriage counseling and relationship counseling and all of that stuff. So with all of that, you know, just being me, you know, and so you mentioned you said a son. You have a son, okay. And he's not a creator either. He's not a content creator.
Well, he's not a content creator, but he's creative. I was talking to him, and he's writing books now, and I've been trying to encourage him. You know, so a lot of times I don't. Sometimes we just don't do the things that's in us because we're afraid, or whatever it is. Well, usually it's fear, so we don't. And one of the things about lives, some people are afraid to go live, but I'm gonna be honest with you, lives are more easier than recorded information, because if you mess up, you're gonna want to start back over, and sometimes you start over so many times you lose the essence of the message.
Right.
So, but yeah, my son, my grandchildren, they creative. My son is quiet. He say, Mama, you too old to act like that. And I'm like, you too young to be so serious.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I have a younger son, and he made the comment like, because I only said I was going to do 2 days. I'm only going to do Wednesdays. I'm only going to do Sunday. And then they say, now I see you on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday. Like, yeah, because the thing is, you want to get into it and you want to enjoy yourself and have a good time. But at the same time, I miss y'all when I'm not on. I mean, I'll be sitting there like, dang, what's going on with the YouTube community when I don't see you? I actually miss the community. So I pop back in just to see how people doing and what's going on, who hit a milestone today or whatever, and that's what it is, and that's what I try to do. So we're real close to the end. I'm gonna make sure we recognize everyone that's down in the chat. We're gonna have a quick commercial, and then we're gonna come back, and it'll be the after show. You got time for the after show?
Yeah, I'll stay around a little bit longer if I could sing. Can I sing?
And after show, you can do whatever you want to do. I'll let you you can tear it up, cut a rug. So all right, so Gen X Effects is down there. And I'm gonna have to learn your name. I'll probably V. I'm gonna just say V. Gen X V. Krista Flash, Double Roses is in the house. We'll say Built 3D is here. We thank you, Tiffany Jackson. She had a good message for you. There you go. I want you to see that. So Tiffany Jackson, thank you for being in here. Sharon Jackson is here, so my mom is here now. So there she go. Hello, mom. Rod is down in the house. We keep going up the list. Also Ravishing is here. Hello, also Ravishing. Thank you for showing up. The Source is here. Blessed to Crochet is here. We can the 5Gs is in the house. All right. And still going up the list, and that's good that we got to keep going up the list. So thank you for everyone who's here. Walter Jernigan, I know, was in the house. Still going. If Joe Remington is in the house. If I miss anyone, I apologize to you. Nancy Green's in the house. So people don't know. Well, you might know if you followed the Iron Sharpening Iron show. Nancy Green was my very first guest. She was the first person I ever had on the show. Matter of fact, when Nancy came on the show, it wasn't even called the Iron Sharpening Iron show because it was no name for the show yet. And it was that episode that someone in the chat said we should call it the Iron Sharpening Iron. And that's where he got his name from. But thank you, Nancy, for being here. And I believe that was Nancy's first live. And that was, that we was able to get on. So that was always good. We got Alvin in the house. And thank you, Alvin, for being here. I'm still going up the list as we go. And so what we're going to do is hit a quick commercial, and then when we come back, will be the after show with Snapback Trishana on the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. So let me drop this commercial one more time so y'all know what's going on.
Get ready to groove to the rhythm of excitement as We Be Jammin' Live takes you on a thrilling musical adventure. With a spin of the wheel, our talented musicians spin into action, bringing you an unforgettable experience of music, energy, and entertainment. From classic hits to modern tunes, our talented artists will have you singing along and dancing to the beat. So, sit back, relax, and let the music take you on a wild ride. Do you have what it takes to be one of the 5 to be on the next We Be Jammin' Live?
All right, all right. Welcome back to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. Being the Give Man, Big Jack here. I got Snapback Trishana with me, having a good time. Just changed the logo up at the top, the Iron Sharpening Iron After Show. So that's what we're at, the after show now. And I'm super excited. So, Snapback, you said a lot of things in that first hour with me. And I got some special guests that's going to come on, and we might have a deeper conversation in some of the areas you went. So they might have some questions for you, or just want to communicate or say confirm some of the things that you already said. So I'm gonna bring up one of our guests, and she's getting ready to come on the stage. That's gonna be Destined to Recover is coming on the stage. Hello, how you doing? What's going on?
Hi. I
Hey,
don't
how you
know
doing?
why I can't hear y'all well. I'm gonna go get my headphones really fast. Hi, Trishana. Hi, Bill. Let me get my
Hello, how you
headphones.
doing? All right, so they're gonna get your headphones, and we got Mary. Her name is Mary, but this is Blessed to Crochet, I believe, is coming on. And hello, how you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How is everybody doing?
Everybody's doing well. I'm doing well anyway. So we got Snapback on, and I know that y'all watched the show, and I just this is the after show. This is where we get a little deeper in the conversation on some of the things that was talked about, even in the content creating world, the moving, housing, being blessed, all these different areas that Snapback talked about. So as the panel, is there anything that you have that you would like to ask Snapback, or even confirm, or even support what Snapback had already said? And Destin, I'll let you go first, and then I'll go to you, Mary.
Okay.
We
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't hear. Can you ask that again?
Oh, no problem. I'm saying you're on the after show, and this is we definitely heard what Snapback had to say. So, is there anything that you want to say that support what she had to say, or ask her a question, or?
No, I just wanted to say thank you so much for sharing the story of your name, the meaning of your name, because I didn't know the meaning of your name, and it's really beautiful. So I appreciate you for sharing that, and I'm so happy to be able to hear your story and for you to share that with us. That's all I really wanted to say to her.
All right. So I appreciate Snapback you sharing the name. Like I say, the name means a lot, and when you see the different names that come across, and like you try to imagine what that name came from. So I see Destined to Recover. Like, okay, what is this? What is this all about? Snapback. What is it about? Blessed to Crochet. All right. So what is this all about? And I can guess, but when you actually get to talk to the people and they tell you where it came from, then it's like, oh wow, that's deep. That's really really deep. Mary, I'm gonna use Mary because that's what's up there. But so, is there anything that you want to share or say?
Well, this started because I'm the Gabby one, my mom's not, but this is her channel. And I just needed the connection. So I said, Mom, you get all the revenue. I don't want it. I just need the connection. But something that, Snapback said about family and being, they may not come over, just so that I had one of my husband's family members come up to me at Thanksgiving, and I'm getting over a cold. So that's why my voice sounds the way it is. And she came up and she said, I just want you to know, I really like your content. And I'm like, wait a minute, you watch it? I was so surprised that she actually does watch it. She just doesn't comment. That she's subscribed and she watched it. She said, I really like your stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're actually watching. So you never know who's watching. whether it's a family member or somebody else, you just never know who's going to be watching your content, that it's going to mean something, even if they don't comment from it.
Right.
That's
No, and
cool.
that's definitely a good point, because you don't
I was shocked.
always, huh?
I was shocked.
Oh no, and it would be shocking. Like I say, my mom is down there right now, and I appreciate her being here. And I was almost like missing her when I didn't see her earlier. But it's like, wait a minute, where's she at? But it's just one of those things where you, like you say, you don't know who's actually supporting you, but at the same time, you want to. It's good to watch and see, good content, and people actually supporting your channel. And like I say, every minute they watch is helping you with your watch hours and watching, the views and all of those things. So that's good. That's really good to have your family supporting. So Snapback, you made a lot of comments about, like I say, I'm new, a new person coming on, and some of the challenges and some of the things that you face with getting in. So if you, as I'm digging a little deeper now, have you ever did a video or had content that you never posted, that just didn't make it, that you said, nope, I'm not going to show this one, or have you been in that situation?
Yes, I have a lot of content. When you first start, so many thoughts and ideas come to you that I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and I have a birthday party I have not put up. I went to the dollar store, I haven't put up. I did different things, so it's so much content come to you that sometimes it take a minute to just post it or organize it. So yeah, that's content that's still waiting. I still have content. Now I'm starting to schedule it. So there's content that will be coming out that is already up, is already ready to go, and some still in my phone. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that will always be, because people tell you books that they have written. I have books, journals on, waiting for me to just upload them to KDP. So I think when you get so many ideas and so much information, you see songs that people, they sell them because they haven't posted them. So I think that's going to be something that's just a part of life.
Mm, I got you. So are you still doing shorts, or everything now is just regular full video and live?
I'm doing both, and what I'm doing now, I'm learning with YouTube. You could take your long form and make shorts.
Mm,
And even with your like your 10 minutes, you could break them down to smaller bits, clips. So I think I will probably always do shorts. I don't know why, but sometimes just to keep people attention. Sometimes they will put your playlist on, have a playlist, they'll play your playlist. If they tired and they like you enough, they'll put it on your playlist and listen. Just making just put it in. And short forms. I like short forms. I like some of the songs. I like some of the shout outs. So yeah, I don't know. I probably always do short forms. I don't know. I like
okay.
it for now, yes.
So Mary, I see your name is Blessed to Crochet, if I'm saying that right. So
Yes.
I'm almost assuming that you crochet. So is that, no, not at all?
No. And
That's
that's
just
what
me.
I'm trying to get people to kind of realize too, is that they need to get past the name of a channel and go look at what they're doing.
Mm,
Are they supporting other content creators? What are they doing? Are they doing lives? And we started this because of connection. Now, I deal with chronic pain and fibromyalgia on a daily basis, so I do use crochet as a way of dealing with that. But connection really came powerful in my life in 2023. And and so I know I needed the connection, and that's really, really helped. And we have this channel just sitting there because we we're just showing off our crochet work.
mm,
And that's how it came with Blessed to Crochet. And our thing is, we're blessed to crochet. What are you blessed to do?
mm.
Well, now we recently started with the fact that we're crocheting connection, and you don't need a hook, no hook required.
Oh
You
wow.
just need to come in. You need just to come in and want to have those connections with people, because it really does make a difference. There's a movie that my husband and I watched called The Keeper, and we're doing a live stream, hopefully, if my voice gets back. on Saturday to be able to talk about that movie and the power behind that movie, and the fact that connection is a huge part of people, whether they're dealing with whatever they're dealing with. There's days I can't go out because I'm just hurting too much. So I need the connection. I have to, it's part of how I get through my day. And how many people are dealing with connection? I've raised an autistic child. I needed connection then, and I didn't have it like this.
Right.
So it makes a huge difference for people. We just want to be that lighthouse for people to say, we're turning on the light. You're coming in, you're struggling, you're dealing with something. We're here for you. You have friends, you have connection.
Right. Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying on that. I could say I miss the community when I don't see them. You know, we all have our lives we have to do, and we do all, you know. But I check in on a regular to see how the community is doing, and that's to me it's important to make sure everybody's in, you know. And it's sometimes it's unfortunate because I don't like to be on the phone as far as talking, but I will come in and watch a video. So it's like, yeah, I probably won't call you, but I'll watch a video. So that's my connection, and I'll leave a comment. So it's important to leave comments. If you know, comment, let somebody know that you're there and that you've been there, and that connection is important. So go ahead.
We still do daily devotions on our channel, but we make them pre-recorded, and we do Bible verses every day. We do jokes and we do quotes. And the reason we do them separately and pre-recorded is so that the people that don't believe in that they don't want to watch it, they don't have to. We try to not pull that into our lives because we kind of rippled off a channel that I still have a lot of friends there, and I don't want to turn them away. But I want people that feel like they need that devotion and that spiritual growth to have that side. So we always do that, always pre-recorded on our videos for a reason.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. Destin, are you back? Are you able to hang with us?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was like freaking out. I'm already nervous because I don't do like collabs very often on other people's channels. Thank you, Mary. Hi, Mary. And two, yeah, I was already nervous, and then I started having the technical. I couldn't hear anything, so I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm back. Thank y'all so much for being patient with me.
I'm glad that you're back, and you only prove. I'm glad that you're back, and you only prove that you're human, and that we all have our those glitches happen, and that's what I love about the live, because you don't know what you're going to get, and
oh my goodness.
And we have to and that's what life deals us as well. So we learn easy that, okay, these little things that happen, I can't hear, I can't see, I can't get this right, and it's like when it's all fixed, it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad, or it wasn't, you know, the show still goes on, nothing changed, no one's gonna, you know, and it's like that wasn't as big as I was, you know. I sometimes make it, not saying you did, but we do, you know. When I do the live shows or trying to do different things, you get nervous, you get, you know, I get anxious, because the fact is, you know, it's you want to put on a good show. You want the people that's coming in the chat and that's in the views and they're watching, and you don't want someone to, you know, to walk away disappointed in what I did. But then I have to realize to myself, all I was being was me. So if you was disappointed, you know, I'm still going to be me. I love me. So as long as I love me, I'm in a good boat. So now, Dustin, just because Snapback made a comment about the name means something, and she shared her story. And I know you're going to be a guest on the Iron Sharpening Iron show, and so is Mary from Blessed Crochet. So both of y'all are going to be guests. And I don't want to take too much away from that moment. But what does the name mean for you, or what is your name, and how did that come to be?
So for the people that know me, I was in active addiction from the age of 11 until I was around 26 years old. The whole time I was in active addiction, I lost hope, and I pretty much thought I was destined to live that lifestyle and be trapped in addiction for the rest of my life. I thought that I was going to die in active addiction. I thought I was going to eventually overdose. I always had that mind frame of I'm destined to die using drugs. And so I kind of wanted to change the mindset now that I'm in recovery. I want people to know that you're destined to recover. You're destined for other things that can change and to give hope to other people. So the meaning of the name, there's also another meaning behind it as well, but I don't really want to share that one. But mainly it's because I had to change my mindset and know that I'm destined to recover. I'm destined for other things. I'm no longer destined to die in the act of addiction.
No, and that's powerful in itself. And a lot of people, even myself, can relate to that. I When I was in high school, I broke two vertebrae. So, and I didn't know for the longest time that they were broke. They thought they was a bruised muscle, and so I was up to taking six types of pills every between halves. So a football game has two halves. I was taking six pills a half to get through the game. That's how much pain I was in, and it got to the point that I was hooked. That if I was to do anything, I had to take a pill before I was able to do it because I thought I needed the pill to allow me to function. And it was one of those things where it's like I have to. So I appreciate what you're saying. I have to change this mindset that I don't need a booster. I don't need something extra to help me get moving and get in motion. But I still be in pain, so I do still take things, but I don't take as much. And
Yeah.
that's where it's like and it didn't take a lot. It really didn't. A couple of games, and before I knew it, I was like, where's my pill? If I don't get my pill, I can't play the game. And it's like, man, my life was functioning around that right there. So, but thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that
Thank
piece of
you for
information.
sharing.
Yeah. So snap back, and I'm coming back to you because you're the snapback coach. So, uh, I, we hear in a lot of, like, say, our names don't always show what you think. I definitely learned something right now from Destin and from Mary over here, that just because the name is what you think or see is not always what it is. So you have any insight on that, Coach?
Yes, I do, sir. Thank you very much. I want to say, Mary, this is my first time knowingly in the space with you, and I appreciate being in with you. I hear what you're saying about the new name. I hear a new name coming, girl, because you can't change your name. Uh, I changed my name. My name used to be Patricia, but now it's Trishana. You change your name, and that's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll talk about it another time. And Destiny, I'm glad to be in the same space with you. I've seen some of your lives, and well, the last one I was in when your sister was sick. But for me, when I look at names, a lot of times, especially some of the names on here, I see prophecy. I see people names coming into to tuition of who they are. When I seen Destiny to Recover, I see hope. I see resilience. I see strength. I see someone who have fought, but they are still destined. That's their ultimate goal, to recover. And we're always recovering from one area
Yes.
to another area. And
Yes.
so we have never arrived. So that's why when I see your
Yes.
name and I hear your name, I see you say destiny to recover. No matter what you're gonna go through, you're gonna recover because that's who your name is. And so for me, names have a deeper meaning. So sometimes when I hear people name, I'm like, I don't even know if they know their names is prophesying a future. So I'm excited to be on platform with you all. And this is another thing, Destiny. You recovered and came back. Sometimes people be like, all this is happening. I must not supposed to be on here. I can't do collabs. So then we done put something in our minds and we say, I can't do it because when I try to connect with people, things don't work. No, technology, that's technology. And technology always have bumps, but it's how we perceive it, is how we handle it at the next time. Now, when you have these little complications, it's okay because I'm destined to recover, baby. I expect it to happen because that means that I'm getting stronger and I'm going further.
Yes, yes.
So, and then Mary, I heard Mary say her name is Crochet Connect or Connect Crochet. Whatever it is, it's connected. Not just crocheting, but crocheting is connecting. So I see her connecting with community. So I don't know if you thought about it, but that may be a new name, that identify who you and your people are. So when they call your name, it's not just crocheting, you're connecting with communities from all over. So that's what I see, but I'm just me. That's it.
Well, I'm a mod on some big channels and everybody knows me. I don't know if I'll ever change it because I really want people to stop looking at names first. I want them to get into the channels and start paying attention to what they're doing. We do a channel shout out every day. I don't care how big or small you are. If your channel
Yes.
wants a shout out, I want to do a shout out. And I just don't do a normal one. Big Jack's seen it, right?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
he's seen it, and it's a picture. It's taking your avatar. It's not just a small little thing. It's noticeable when you go in our community tabs for a reason. So I don't know if I'll ever change it because it's here. It's a part of who I am.
Yes.
And we've started the whole thing where we're saying we're crocheting connection. That's her mission statement. And you don't need a hook to do it. And there's
Yeah.
people that come into our thing, that are not crocheters. And the biggest piece of advice that I could give anybody is don't stay in your niche. If I had stayed in the crochet world, they're wonderful. But we wouldn't have grown if I'd stayed there. I'm in fishing channels, I'm in homestead channels, I'm all over the place. Don't just stay in your little niche. Go check out live streams, go comment on shorts, go all over the place. The only way to make your comfort circle bigger is to step on out of it.
Yeah. Oh no, and I do appreciate what you said on that. I like the fact because I know about I I have my wife, she knits, so she doesn't crochet, but she knits. But I do know about that hook, so
Yeah.
I seen, so with that, using that, just that, if you know anything about crocheting and that hook, using that play on the word itself and knowing that's
Yeah.
the hook. I'm hooking people in, no different than when Snapback was saying about the fisherman in there, that he uses the pole and he just sitting there fascinated, but it's like I'm reeling you in and you don't even know it. I haven't caught one thing. I don't know if he caught any. I don't even. But I'm already intrigued about this person because you even said he had a pole. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check him out. So those are some of the things that you use, even though they say the names sometimes, like I say, don't look at the name, but sometimes the name will trigger the curiosity for me to even open the page, because you say don't judge a book by its cover. But the cover sometimes is what make me pick up the book. If it wasn't something on that cover, I would have never picked that book up. And that's where we try to, the thumbnails, the titles, and all of that we use, is because I want someone to just open the book one time. And if you just open it, you're going to see all these great, amazing stories and adventures and all. Like, that guy's pretty cool. He got all of this going on. But you'd have never opened it if I'd have just put my name up there and just left it like it was, my government name. So you got to have some form of direction in that sense. But at the same time, it's like I say, what's behind the story? Something started it, and like I say, you have to grow. So Mary, I appreciate you saying that, stepping out of that circle and going. So we say we build in communities, but we started with your own little channel, your own little house, and then you got a little neighborhood, and then you got a community, and now we're building towns and building cities and building states and building countries if we keep going, because that's how big this thing can be. And it's this type of platform, like Snapback made the comment that she's on a platform with Mary, and Destins is saying the same thing. She normally wouldn't have, but look at the platform and how it grew just in this one show. That was the whole thing about the Iron Sharpening Iron show, where we can come together, we can sharpen each other, make each other stronger. The after show is to bring other people on and get a deeper conversation, something that didn't come up in the main show. We can now share in this part, and we get to know each other. The people that's in the crowd, and the crowd, I keep saying, in the chat, that we they're getting to know who you are. They're getting to see who you are, and some of that fear is going away. So next time, I'll pop on with 4 and 5 people. It's no problem. I'm good. I'm straight. I've been there, done that. I have a T-shirt now, so there you go.
I have
So
to tell. I
yeah.
have to tell this story. If you
No,
want
go
to
ahead.
talk about community, and I have to give Lewis Acre Farm Karma the credit for the crochet because she's the one. We were on a panel and she came up with that, and I thought I got to run with this. And she said, "Just take it." I'm gonna try to do it without crying. Last year, in December of 2023, my aunt was diagnosed with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. Last year, it became terminal.
Mm.
You want to talk about community? My community came together because we say you guys are the blessing behind Blessed to Crochet to bring that woman from Florida to Ohio so she could give us one last hug.
Mm.
And they got her plane ticket taken care of. They got enough for her and my daughter to do a riding thing with horses. And I got to give her, and us as a family got to say goodbye. She's now under hospice, passing away. If we want to talk about community, and you all people don't feel like you can get it on YouTube, you can. That story in itself shows it. They gave a dying woman the gift of wanting to see her family for the last time. Otherwise, she couldn't have been able to come up here and see us.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell you power right there.
Yeah. I'm with you, and I appreciate you sharing that story because you didn't, and it is. I mean, we know 100% to the point. Like I said, I miss you when I don't see you, when I don't see what's going on and things go on in situations. Like I say, if a person is normally live and they're not live, I mean, and they normally have a live show and they're not doing it, or you normally see a person in the comments or whatever, and I'll pop in all the time, and every time I pop in, it's hey everyone, and you're looking for that. Hey, it's almost like being on that show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. So you pop in there and you're like, hey, and there you go. So you want to recognize the people. So before we go any further, let's recognize the people that's in the chat so we can make sure we recognize them. And then we're going to talk. And I think, Dustin, you got something you want to say?
I wanted to ask because one of my viewers and also me, I was confused because before I came on, I was live, and then I was like, oh, well, let me set up the live stream for Bill, just in case, like, just so I can be prepared. I want to be prepared for everything. And then, of course, the mic thing happened, but I wanted to be prepared. But what was weird is it was having 2 live streams running at once. And I'm pretty sure because one of the streaming service it's technically like under your link. So it's probably like, it's just your live stream. I don't know. We were confused. We were like, how are 2 people were asking, how are 2 live streams running at the same time on your channel? And I was so confused too. And everybody too was asking me. I was like, I really don't know the answer to that question. I'll have to ask Bill.
Let me explain it real quick. I see a picture. Okay, so she's showing. So I use StreamYard as a program that I use. So I use StreamYard, and because I sent you the link and I sent Mary the link and Snapback had the link and she was just on the show. So when the first hour went, it's just the main one person, the main guest is going to be on. And so when you came on using that link and you was behind stage. But when you went live, that's what now you had 2 lives. So you had the show going and now you're live to your own people. So right now, Snapback is live to her own people. Mary is live to her own people. You're live to your own people. And I'm live to my own people and the show itself, if you want to look at it. So that's why. So really, it's 4 lives going on right now. So if someone was to go through YouTube and look at it right now, and they could see Mary's live, Snapback's live, your live, and mine all at the same time. All of these are going live, and we're all on 4 different channels, or 4 different channels live for the same situation.
But I was live as well. Like, I was doing a whole separate live on my channel already.
Oh, so you was live on your channel and live on mine?
No, like, I was already live with your link on my channel, but I was also live on my channel. Like, I was also doing a whole different live stream at the same time. So there was 2 lives running only on my channel at the same time.
Yeah, that, like I said, I don't know. I don't understand that one. So
that's why we're like,
yeah,
how you doing
this?
Usually whenever I'm streaming from StreamYard, like my Night Fishes stream, on
Mhm.
my camera. It's through a different like streaming service, you know.
Right.
And usually, if I try to go live on YouTube when I wake up for work, I do the get ready with me vlog, whatever. Um, Usually, it'll make me end one of the lives. It'll
Mm,
make me end the StreamYard or the other streaming service live in order to go live from my phone on my channel. But
right.
it's weird because it was playing two lives at the same time on my channel. My regular live when I was doing like a mukbang, and also your live whenever I connected to your link. So I
And
was so confused.
that might be because you went through mine. So it's not you trying to do two on your own. You're
Okay,
doing one through
okay,
me and one through you. So it's two separate accounts that look at it.
okay, cool.
So
Yeah, because
so
we were so confused.
so I see uh what is that? Leading in light. Desi's in the house. Chip is here. Hello, Chip. MCK is there. Joe Remington is here. And it's scrolling fast on me now. So let me try to catch up to it. Um, I see what's that? Steph, Steph 92. Hello and thank you. I said Joe Remington already. I can say it again. Joe, how you doing? Bless Crochet. Two Crochet is in there in the chat. So thank you for talking to your people and working with them. Top Dog Sales is here. Hello, Top Dog. KC Inspirational Tales. Hello, KC. How you doing? You got Leading Light, Top Dog. We keep going up and keep going, keep going. It's going up. And that's good. It's always good to see so many people here. The Gen X Effect is in here. Sharon Jackson, the Double Rose Twins are here. Joe, hello, how you doing? Joe's in here. I think I've seen Hard Timer is in here. Hello, Hard Timer. And William is in here. Hello, William. And we keep going up. Lacey Love is in the house. There you go, Lacey. And I'm still going up the list. Poker 954 is in the house. And hello.
Mhm.
I think the Shine was here. We said hello to the Shine and I'm still going. So Joan is in here. So I want to make sure we don't miss anybody. And if I did, please forgive me. It's not personal. It's just the fact that I'm having a good time with our people, and and with all the lives going, and so many different names that I don't recognize because they coming in from other channels, which is
Mhm.
good. That's what it's all about. It's really good. So we get more people more involved. So don't want to take away from Snapback. Because Snapback was the main guest on this show, and
Mhm.
I want to help me understand the journey from New Orleans to Minnesota. How was the move? What made you just pack your bags and did you strike gold or strike oil in Minnesota and said I'm moving? How did that work?
You're funny. And when you say those things, it make me think of all kinds of songs like the Clampett. We're moving away from here. But
That's
I
right.
left because I lived in New Orleans housing project with my son. It was Magnolia. And I wanted to have a better future for him. So I came to grad school in Mankato, Minnesota. And I just wanted a better future because I was a single mother with a young male, impressionable. I didn't want him to be in jail. I didn't want him dead, so I needed to have a better future. So we left. Minnesota was very cold. I make fun of myself and saying that's what happened when you goof off in geography. You're not knowing the temperatures. You know, all I know was New Orleans. And when I first heard it was 52, when I first heard it was 25 degrees, I thought they meant 52. And so it's small. I live in a small community. Real close knit. I could have went to Iowa State, but it was a bigger college, and I wanted something where my son would fit in. He was 13, so it wouldn't be such of a shock, which was kind of still a shock. Going from a mixed, diverse community, and we lived in a predominant black community, to going to a community that was predominant white. So definitely had to, make adjustments for him and for myself. And now he lives in St. Paul and I mean, he love it. If we move away, it's gonna probably be on an island somewhere. So if y'all find some real cheap lane and big enough, make sure y'all have a space for me 'cause I'm coming. Destiny, you heard me, huh, girl? So yes, yeah, just wanting to do better for my son and live better. Environments, they kind of help to shape and form you, but you're not everything that happened to you, that's not who you are, but you are a result of it because it makes you stronger. If you have a hard life, it makes you harder. If you have a soft life, sometimes it make you more passive, or not passive, but more easy to be persuaded for getting into things. So I just think, just learning and being in different environments. I've learned so much being here. I learned the language. I learned to adapt to the food. I don't eat a lot of the different foods I ate in New Orleans because, first of all, they don't have crabs and shrimps with the heads on. They don't only have the seafood they have is different. So you just learn to adjust. For me, I don't consider it
Thank you.
better. I just consider it different. But I made it better because I would have made it better if it was just me
You
in
can
a
hear it.
project. Because I don't have the I didn't have the peer pressure that my son had.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've never had to make that type of choice or that kind of move. I know when I was in the military and when I was getting out, they give you two options. So they could take you back where they got you from, or they could send you back to your home of records. And my home of records is in the Washington D.C. area. So and I knew when I was growing up, it was it was it was a little tussles getting off the school bus, had a little this and that, and I was like, my kids ain't ready for that kind of life. And so I said, take me back to where you got me from. So I ended up back in West Virginia. So that's where I ended up with my kids, and that's where I raised them and all, because it's like I say, some experiences that you went through that you just don't want your kids to have to go through. I did it so you don't have to. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm saying that they're grown men. They got their families and all that now, but at the same time, you want to give them the opportunity. You want to give them the chance to be successful. You want to give them a chance to live. Like I say, sometimes getting in the wrong getting around the wrong people, being in the wrong place at the wrong times, and and it was a survival for us. Like we got out. That was a big thing. It was like we survived, we made it, we got turning 18 and going to college was like it was a survival thing. It wasn't about the normal. It wasn't the normal thing. That was like I made it. Whew. And I'm not going back to where I came from. But at the same time, it wasn't all bad. And like I said, you get numb to certain things and you learn to be tougher. But I didn't expose my kids to it. So like I told them, they ask me sometimes about it, and I say that right there. Y'all were too soft. Y'all couldn't have grew up in the DC area. You had to we needed to move you out to a area that you can grow up. And they did. And like I say, it was a change. It was a little different, but at the same time, they're alive. They're not just alive, but they're thriving. They're on there doing their thing, and I appreciate I made that move. So thank you for sharing your journey from New Orleans to Minnesota, and and have you ever shopped in the big mall?
The big mall, I've been there a couple of times, a handful of times. I've been in Minnesota since 1996. I can't say I've been in the mall 10 times. It's big, and I'm like, I don't want, I like intimate things. And so I have been there. I've been to the mall. My son now go more than I do,
Mm,
but no, when I first went in there, it was like huge, and I'm like, what is the excitement of walking on a big old mall? Oh, you could walk in there, if you like exercising, you could walk in there and get your exercise on. And so, you used to get, I think, guess you used to get good deals or sales. I like a bargain,
mm.
and so I've been there. That's all I'm gonna say.
I got you. So now here's the thing. Now I've never experienced this, and I don't know if anyone in the panel have, but Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Mardi Gras. I've never experienced it. Always seen it and said I wanted to go. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Well, New Orleans, Vegas is New Orleans on steroids, but Mardi Gras is Vegas on steroid. You know, people go there and they just live this party life. Some people come, you know, and they get excited, and a lot of people get arrested, so they don't even get to enjoy it because I don't know how it is now. My little niece and them going, you know, it's this big old go through the French quarters, walk around this crowded environment, people all together, and you know, you getting beads and music and drinking, you know, so it's it's like Vegas. Once I went there, I'm through. I don't go back home for Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah.
Once I left, nah, it was over. It was over before I left. So I mean, it's a money maker.
Mm.
You know, if you want, like I said, if you like Vegas and you like the party atmosphere, you like to drink, you know, you like crowds, that's the place to be.
I guess that's why I've never been down there. So that's just not my style. So, yeah. So, Mary, I'm gonna throw something at you. And you said Ohio. You're in Ohio.
Yes.
Okay. So, is there anything similar to a Mardi Gras style or Vegas style in Ohio?
No. I've been to New Orleans once. My
Mm,
dad served in the military, so
okay.
we went there because he was on Naval Reserve training duty. Now you can probably see the Elvis I have in the back wall, and I'm a
Yeah.
big Elvis fan. And so we stayed in New Orleans, and I remember going to see the Superdome. This was years ago,
Mm,
and I said to my dad, before, believe there was a time before cell phones where you could Google everything.
mm,
And down in the hotel was one of those little roadier things that told you how many miles it was to here or there.
right.
And I got this thing in my head that says, Graceland's only 399 miles away. Let's go see it. And so Mom said, you have to ask your dad. And so we picked him up from Naval Reserve training duty and went to the Superdome. And I kind of hinted all the way around. He said, Mary, just come out with it. And I said, Graceland's so close. Can't we go? And he pulled out of their bag, out of his briefcase, the tickets and everything for us to go that weekend. They were going to give me an almanac and stuff and hints and all that to figure out where we were going to go.
Uh,
So that's my New
New
Orleans
Orleans. All
story.
right. Okay.
But we live up near the Amish country, so
Yeah.
there's not a lot.
Now,
But it's
yeah.
beautiful up here.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. No, that's cool. That's cool. Now I've been to New Orleans. As a matter of fact, I was just down there last summer for a conference. And we went there. We was in New Orleans for the week, and matter of fact, and then we went to Baton Rouge, and I'll be back in Baton Rouge for the summer because I'm a bowler, and the bowling national bowling tournament is in Baton Rouge, New Orleans. So I'll be down there for that. So I'll be back in that area, but like I say, it won't be for Mardi Gras, that's for sure. The only other time I was down in there was just to catch a cruise ship. So I went on a cruise, and that's when we flew into New Orleans and got on the boat from there and went on our cruise. But that's my New Orleans experience there. And I've never
Big
been to
Jack, I want to
Minnesota.
say one thing. The food
Yeah.
is so good, though. The
Oh yeah.
food
Oh,
is
the
good.
beignets. Oh my gosh, they're
Oh
amazing.
look, you look at that. So the food is good. All right. So when I was down there, I wanted some real gumbo. And everywhere we were, nobody actually, well, if they did serve it, maybe I didn't know what it was. So so I can't say if it was real or not, but I didn't get the good gumbo. So oh well. We'll make sure we got Destin to recover. I know she's here. Chip, I look, she's right there with us. Chip, how are you doing? Shooting Star MS, hello. ROLMR Life. He says, good to be here. Beautiful. Red Sand Adventures in here. Lyrics by Nithya. How you doing, Nithya? Keep going up there. And I'm just trying to catch as they come in as fast as they come in. Desi's in the house. Empowered Living is here. Hello, Empowered Living. Leading in Light is here. I know that the Rose twins said they had to go. They're doing a live on their TikTok channel. So thank you for popping in if y'all can still hear us. and still trying to go up there. Our Rim on the Go, hello and thank you. Casey Inspirational Tales, thank you. The Source, thank you for being here. And I'm still going up. Desi, I think we said. And Krista Flash, thank you. And congratulations to Krista Flash. I know he just hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. I believe that's what he just hit. So congratulations on that. I seen their post saying that, and they definitely congratulate. Is that a knitted trophy? A crochet trophy? I apologize. Yeah. Yeah, so there's your trophy there, Chris. Good job. Good job. The Gen X effect. Gen X is everywhere. So if you look around, you find Gen X everywhere. So I'm super excited about Gen X and him just being a true supporter to everyone. So I appreciate you. Joe Remington is here. And we keep going up. Chip, I think we said, and I'm still going. I think Sharon Jackson might still be here. Walter Jernigan's still here. And if not, we thank you all for being here. And all those who are in the chat on 4 or 5 different social media platforms. We're all here. So I got a question. Any other parents in the house? I know Snapback's a parent. Okay, everybody's a parent. All right, all right. Is it different now? Or anyway, I got young kids. You got one. All right. Did I meet you?
I have a young, well, y'all, everybody that watches my lives and stuff, y'all see I have my 2-year-old,
Okay.
my young kid.
Right. No, 2. All right. So I have my youngest is 14. He's a teenager. So any other teenagers in the house? We're past those stage. Okay. All right. So
I have grandsons that's not teenagers, and it's a little bit different.
is different. I was wondering because I know myself growing up, and even my oldest sons, they're all over, well, right at that 30-year-old mark, and the teenager in them are like, it's like night and day sometimes. So I'm like, oh wow, what has changed? So do you believe? I mean, because we're content creators, we actually putting out, and we're. So do you believe that the social media world is what some of that change is?
I believe social media, but also I think we changed. We changed because, and it's because a lot of it is because social media, but expectations. You know, you want bigger, you want better, you want brighter, and all those things cost something. And so you exchange uh, sometimes glitter for quality. And so for me, family is important. I spend time like my grandson having his birthday was yesterday, I think, and I'm going to drive almost 2 hours to a birthday party. His daddy like, oh, you don't have to come. Yeah, I have to come because he expect me to come. So yeah, I just think it's just different because of who we are. We've become soft as community as parents, but also we are learned differently too. And because we learn different way of behavior, when I was younger, they say children should be seen and not heard. And so now kids don't know how to speak because we all are on internet, computers are face down, and so we don't do direct communication like we used to. That's my opinion.
Very good point. Very good points. Anybody want to add to that or what they
Well,
think?
I have a beautiful, beautiful daughter. And she's married, and she's high functioning autistic. And I never thought she'd get married, but God had other plans. He knew. She has married a wonderful husband, and I am so blessed. She's my only one. And I wanted her as a kid to sit with me and do crafts and do all that kind of stuff. That was not her jam. And by the way, if you all are looking for a great channel, she's under Chrissy's Cosplay Wardrobe. Just I'm going to plug that in as a mama.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, her thing is cosplay. She loves it and she's good at it. She loves editing. She loves getting dressed up and doing cosplay stuff. That's her jam. She's amazing. She works in a grocery store, which I never thought she'd be a cashier, but she's just grown leaps and bounds. And then she's also working with horses as well. But I think it's changed drastically. And I think that we as content creators have to be very careful on what we do and what we say. And you know, we don't allow anybody to come in our chat and bash anybody here or bash any content creator. If you're going to do that, you're going to leave. And because it's not uplifting anything. And I think that content creators need to be careful too, because if you're using, and you can use whatever words you want to use, but if I come into a chat and there's heavy language being used that is not pleasurable to my ears, it's not that it's not necessarily pleasurable to my ears, but my first marriage was abusive. I left it because of that. So when the cuss words went flying, it meant I was going to get something. And so for me, it can be triggering. So we as content creators have to be very careful of what our audience is listening to. And also, you don't know their backstory. But somebody like me, and you have a great channel, but you're in there flying all these words around that I can't handle sometimes, I'm leaving. And so we are responsible for what we're putting out there.
Right. No.
And if you're a Christian, are you glorifying God by what you're putting out there too? So, just something to think about.
No, very, very good points. I mean, very, very good points. I try to take responsibility for the people in the chat and anyone I bring on the stage. Like I say, this show is family friendly. It's definitely 100% family friendly. I try not to throw anything out there, and very rare. And like I say, we'll squash it if someone was to try to come in with any kind of, because of the fact that my mom shows up to this channel, my aunts is in this channel, my family's in this channel, so I wouldn't want to expose them to anything. And I do, if someone came in here and wasn't right, that's why we have the blue jackets and the moderators and things like that. And it's a very supportive community that I belong to, so they actually be in there looking and trying to knock some things out before it even gets out of hand. And so you're definitely, Mary, making very good points, even with our content and what we put out. It's a fine line sometimes you have to walk, because like I say, if you're just being who you are, and if you're genuine to who you are, then you don't really have to do a lot of tap dancing around to get the point across. You just be who you are. Sometimes it's when you're trying to put on that show and trying to, like, well, I gotta curse because that's what people like. No, that's not what all people like. So you're gonna turn me off, and it's no different than listening to music. I met my younger son. You turn on a song and it's like the first 5-6 words were all, what are they saying? What are they saying? Anything? But that's just just the way things, it is like that. So, but I asked that question only because of the fact that I do know, if you're still raising kids, or if you had raised kids, the difference, or like say with grandkids, I have now grandkids. So it's like, it's a different world. It's a different experience. It's a different things that they do. Some people even wait for their grandkids to get home to help them with some of the technical things with their phone and their computer and this, because the kids know that. But then he say, hey, can you write in cursive? No, they don't know how to write in cursive. So some of the things we don't share with them, even though they're sharing, the new experiences with us, but do we share any of the old experiences with them? Meaning, like I say, how to write in cursive, how to sign your name, like geography, as Snapback made the comment, and even Mary said the same thing. It's just 299 miles away. Yeah, because on the map it looked like it's just, I just put my little finger up, it's right there, but no, on the other side.
It was like 399 miles.
Yeah, 399 miles. Yeah.
And I just have to say something. When you were talking about, and I know people that have been in active recovery, I'm telling you, you guys, the fact that you've come out of that, big hats off to you. So that's such a blessing. But, and you were saying about, medication and so forth. I'm a chronic pain patient that is dealing with fibromyalgia. So if there's anybody in here that is having to take medication that works for them, they're dependent on it, but they're not abusing it, don't feel guilty about doing that. I just wanted to clear that up, because there are people, like for me, if I didn't have the certain medication I was on, I'd be bedridden. and in a lot of pain. I'm taking it as my doctor is telling me to. So there's a huge difference between addiction and dependency. Now I have to watch myself with food, but I don't have to watch myself with the other. So if there's anybody that is having to take medication because they're dealing with chronic pain, don't feel guilty, if you're taking it as your prescribing doctor is telling you to do. So I felt the need to kind of bring that out.
No, I mean, you would never want to not take your medicine. And I think even what I was making a comment with Destin on that one was the fact that it didn't take a lot. It was, I was doing exactly what the doctors told me to do. You need to take this. And because it was a bad diagnosis for me, where we didn't know that the vertebrae were broke, we thought it was a bruised muscle. So these were just going to be the things that's going to allow you to play and this and that. And even the pressure in high schools, I was in high school at that time, to stay on the field and keep going and keep playing and all of those things that you don't even realize that you were hurting yourself by taking 6 pills a half. You think a game is say it's an hour long, because you got four 15-minute quarters. So in an hour's time, you're taking 12 pills. There's no reason. Yeah, right. There you go. So that's where I'm saying it didn't take a lot, but it got me through the game. But it's like, what are you doing to yourself? And what are you doing? And it can, before you even know it, it was like, wow, now I can't even function without it. So no, I would never tell anyone not to take their medication.
You have to know your personality and what you're leaning towards and how quickly you can get there.
Right.
But there's a clear definition between, you could probably do it more than I can, but there's a clear definition. And because just to bring that to people, is if they're starting to go down that path of like, I'm taking too much, that's different. But if you're doing it as done, don't
prescribe.
Yeah,
because in the community, when you go to like Narcotics Anonymous, some people, it's like a split down the middle. So there's people that are like, oh no, you absolutely cannot take any prescription, you're shunned for it, you're looked at as less, your recovery is less. And then there's other people that they can actually read the literature, and the literature is saying as long as you're taking the bare minimum, it's prescribed by a doctor, you're doing it correctly, and you're not abusing it, then that's a whole different thing. Also, if you talk to your doctor's telling you, they can tell you better than anybody. Addiction comes with the behavior. So are you out there, you're like, oh my God, when's my next hit, or when's my next pill? And like how you said, Jack, you shared that before, you were like, oh my God, when was in the beginning when you were overdoing it at first, you said, and then you're like, your mind is like telling you, okay, when's the next one, or I need to hurry up and get, but then you change that and now it's like the bare minimum. You're taking that as prescribed. You're not abusing it. There's a whole difference. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, I got to stop all my medication because I'm in recovery, and everybody's going to be like, I'm doing something bad. People need to stop that, because medication is saving people's lives, and don't judge others. If their life is being saved, there's a huge difference, like Mary said as well. And people need to stop judging others on what's working for them. If they're not abusing it, they don't have the behaviors. They're not out here robbing people and doing all the behaviors of an addict, then there shouldn't be any judgment if they're doing the right thing and they're taking it as prescribed and the bare minimum. There shouldn't be any judgment. So I'm so happy y'all brought that up. I wanted to say it whenever Bill was mentioning it, but then we had to move around really quickly. But I'm happy it came back to that, and I appreciate you, Mary, for sharing that, and Bill as well.
No, and I thank you. I thank you all. So snap back, because this is we're at that hour. So the after show is getting ready to end. This is Snapback. So I want to thank Mary for coming on as a panelist. I want to thank Destin to Recover for coming on as a panelist. It has definitely been a blessing having both of y'all here with us, and thank you. Snapback, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can close us out with the people that's in the you know, just what do you have to say with, and I want you to mention your business again, that your business that you said that your LLC, if you can mention that again, but at the same time, if you have anything that you want to share with us before you we go off be off the air. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, Snapback.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Destiny, destined to recover. I appreciate each one who came out on all the platforms. We would not be greater. We would not be great without you because you make us great. Everything that you heard us say, if it resonate with you, then check into it. Do the things that's gonna make you better. You are great. My business is called Resilient by Design because within all of us, God has created the ability for all of us to have greatness, but also for all of us to be resilient, to snap back from the things that life may bring us through, messy life storms. Don't stay on the sideline. Get in the game. Get in the game, y'all. Get in the game and continue processing through life. This has been a great time connecting with Big Jack, with Mary, and with Destined to Recover. I'm your girl. I'm your friend. I'm Snapback Trishana. You may go down, but you won't go under because you are resilient by design. Until the next time, blessings to you. Thank you, Jack, for the opportunity to come before on your channel with multiple channels. I appreciate it. Until then, I have a live every Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Blessings to y'all. Love you. Love you, baby.
All right. I'm sorry. Let me get you back on here. All right, so that was it for the Iron Sharpening Iron after show. That was Snapback Shoshana. We appreciate her. We thank you, Mary, from Blessed to Crochet and Destined to Recover. We thank them all. Thank every last one of you who was in the chat. We had a really good time with you all, and I hope you enjoyed the show. But until next time, I want you to stay blessed. Peace, and always remember we are stronger together. If each one would just reach one, we can all grow and glow. To the next show, you take care of yourself. Love you. Peace.